Thank you for choosing Cole Informatics for business technology support and services. In this quick video, you'll learn what is PartnerWorks and how it can help your business day go smoother with regard to email. In the next few minutes, I'll help with what is spam, what is the daily quarantine summary, the control panel, allowed and blocked senders, and finally the quarantine itself. So what is PartnerWorks? PartnerWorks is a service that your company subscribes to in order to prevent and manage junk email and email-borne threats such as viruses. There's no software on your computer, as the entire service is delivered in the cloud. Email that is sent to you and email that you send to others all flow through the PartnerWorks system. So what is spam? Well, you probably know the term spam already, but just in case you don't, spam is a term for unwanted or junk email that comes to your inbox. And as they say, one person's junk is another person's treasure, and the same is true in managing unwanted email. There's as much science as there is art to managing junk email, and while some email will definitely be spam, no system can completely block all the junk email or even allow all of the wanted email because it's determined by you, the recipient. The thing we think is junk, you may have wanted to receive, so we can't really arbitrarily just kill stuff. So it's very important that you pay attention to the daily quarantine summary email that you'll get up to twice a day that may contain email you need in order to decide whether it's junk or not. I'll show you that next. The daily quarantine summary. Every day, if there's anything caught by the system that cannot be determined to be spam automatically and therefore never sent to you, you'll receive an email from Cole Informatics PartnerWorks called Daily Quarantine Summary. This email will contain a list of one or more messages that may be important to you. May not be either. If it's legitimate email you want to receive, just click on the release button on the right-hand side, and it'll be released from the quarantine immediately and delivered to your inbox. If you never want to have that sender be trapped again, click Allow from Sender, and in addition to releasing that message, any email sent in the future from that specific email address will never be trapped again by the system. If you want to view the email without sending it to your inbox because it might have a virus or you just don't know about it, click the View button to the right to be taken to a web browser view of that message. This is the absolute safest way to check whether a message is valid or not without getting a chance of getting a virus. If everything in the daily quarantine is junk, there's nothing for you to do. Don't worry about deleting it because it will be purged out automatically after about 2 weeks. The total control panel. At the bottom of every email you get from someone outside of your company, you'll see a footer called the total control panel, like the one you see here. This is where you can see why the email was delivered to you based on its message score. You can also see exactly what address was used to send the message, which may be different than what is shown at the top of a normal email, something called an alias. And it's also where, if you want to, you can block the sender or the sender's domain. In this example, gmail.com is the domain, so that no message from that sender or that domain ever comes to you again. A link to the management console is to the right. See the login link? So if you ever need to get to your quarantine or your PartnerWorks settings for your account in particular, it's always at hand. Allowed and blocked senders. Because your email goes through PartnerWorks in both directions, that is, mail coming to you from the outside and mail that you send, both are inspected by PartnerWorks. The system will record every email address that you send to as being allowed. The logic here is that if you're sending to someone, you must trust them enough to receive email from them too. You can manually add a sender to the allow list, as well as adding an entire domain. The part to the right of the @ sign of every email address is called the domain, if you trust everyone at that domain to send to you. This can all be done in the management portal by clicking the login link in the control panel we just showed you. If it's a challenge to do that or you just don't remember how, simply email support@coleinformatics.com the details of what you want done and we'll add it for you. By far the easiest way to add someone to be sure they never get caught in the quarantine though is to simply email them one time. They'll automatically be added to the allow list. Go to asp.reflection.net to log into your quarantine if you don't have an email in front of you. Once you log into the quarantine, here's what you'll see. You'll see a link to your recent messages, buttons for the quarantine, And you can see in here we've got 5 messages quarantined. Discount Canadian meds I don't really care for. HP I might want to know about. Newegg business. If I click on Reward Yourself, the link there, I can see the content of the message and see that it's something that's safe and something I want. If I click on Release and Allow, it would release and future allow it. But I'm going to click Release. That message will come to my inbox automatically. On this one, just so you can see the difference between the address that's highlighted and the address alias is significant. So if I block the address, the actual address, that address will never be used again because it's the way spammers and marketing-based emails work. Every email they send is unique, so you can block it one time, but the next email from that company would probably be a different email address. Over on the left-hand side, you can see reports. You can get a report of your inbound recent. If you click on charts, you can get a glimpse of the type of messaging traffic that's come through. If you want to resend a daily quarantine, click on it on the left and choose which day you want to send. Under the User tab, you can change properties, aliases, permitted languages, the Allow list if you wanted to create a new entry. If you want to modify your password, click on the password on the left. Put your current password in and put your new one in 2 times. Under the Properties section, this is where you can change how sensitive it is. The little bar graph there where it says aggressive, optimized, and cautious, it's green and orange. It's set to optimize for the most part, but you could make it more aggressive. It means it's going to catch more of the stuff you might want. If you slide it further to the right, more spam's going to get in. Other settings, but navigate this. If you have any questions about it, let us know. And that's the PartnerWorks email quarantine. This may be the last time you ever think about email and spam again, and that's okay with us if you do. That means the system is working the way it's supposed to. But if one day you're expecting an email from someone and it's just not arrived yet, you can easily log into PartnerWorks Quarantine, see if it's trapped, and release it from there. In closing, be sure to check your daily quarantine messages daily, like the name implies, to ensure that nothing you want is being trapped. Thank you for watching this intro to PartnerWorks, and if we can ever be of service to you or your company, please let us know.